Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the views so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoes.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Exciting times in Southern California because one of my favorite beers of all time is back. The one and the only Blind Pig from Russian River Brewing, Santa Rosa, California. They actually just opened their new brewery a little while ago, and apparently they are brewing massive batches of beer because this beer has not been around North County, San Diego in like 3 years, I think. It's been a long, long time since they distributed down here. So, I mean, this is a classic West Coast IPA. Strangely enough, I've never reviewed this beer on my channel. I think, I want to say like when I got into beer reviewing 3 or 4 years ago, whenever it was right around the same time that we stopped getting Blind Pig. So that's the way it goes. 6.25% alcohol by volume. It is an IPA. It says Russian River Brewing Company, Santa Rosa, and Windsor. So the new place is in Windsor. There you go. I heard it's amazing. I heard it's fantastic. I will say one thing of note is the text on this. Russian River used to use Comic Sans on all their labels. This one does not have it. This is an updated label. It looks the same, but it kind of looks like more modern. Anything else? This was bottled on November 9th, so it took about 3 weeks to get down here. Time of recording. This beer is a drain pour. It's old. Just kidding. Hashtag Team Old IPA. Anything else? What does it say? Blind Pig, Prohibition era term for a speakeasy. Our very first brewery was named Blind Pig. It was located in Temecula, down here. That's cool. It was here that we first fell in love with hops. Blind Pig is generously hopped with hints of citrus and lingering bitterness. There you go. I don't know the hops in this one. It's old school. I think it's sea hopped. But yeah, I'm excited. I love this beer. But it's been a while since I've had it out of a bottle. We're going to use our Mike Tyson's Punch-Out answer glassware because it's fucking fire. I have a Russian River pint glass somewhere, but I have so much glassware that I'm trying to organize. I have no idea where it's at right now. Can we fit this whole thing in here? Nope. Oh no! Don't do it. Look at that. I thought I over-poured that. It's been a while since we've done beer reviews. I don't even know how to pour beer anymore. Look at this majesty. It is just crystal clear. I love it. I've been on a big clear beer kick in the recent months. Kind of burnt out on hazy IPAs. I drank so much of them the last 4 years. I need a little break. So clear beer is amazing. This is crystal clear. It's that straw kind of yellow. It looks a little bit darker on camera. Look at that fluffy head. 2 fingers. You could scoop that with a spoon, with a fork. You could probably scoop it with a fork too. Look at that glassware. Are you kidding me? GTFO. That's amazing. So she's plenty carbonated. Tons and tons of bubbles. There's a little bit of a haze. It's probably a chill haze. It's got to be a chill haze. I just pulled this out of the fridge. I drink West Coast IPAs ice cold out of the fridge. So let's see if we can smell anything with this fat head on it. Yeah, this is Blind Pig. This smells like a mixture of like this kind of piney, citrusy. If you're thinking citrus, think like kind of sweet oranges, a little bit of grapefruit. And it's dank. It is super dank. It is a bag of weed dank. It's woody. It's earthy. It just smells refreshing. Like so many times, like in the recent months, I've stuck my nose in a hazy beer and it's like that chalky, yeasty like nose, and this just smells crisp. If that makes any sense, it smells refreshing. Yeah, it's like sweet, kind of that clementine kind of orange thing, but this is ridiculously piney, grassy, dank. And it's got a nice like sweetness underneath that. It goes towards that kind of bready sweetness that kind of balances out all that crazy in your face, piney, earthy West Coast dankness. This smells amazing. My mouth is watering, so let's go ahead and taste it. Cheers. Welcome back to SoCal, Blind Pig. This is just how I remember it. I will say, the nose is much more intense as far as like dank. You think it's going to be super attack your tongue bitter. People always ask like, what's better, Blind Pig or Pliny? I think Pliny's much more like it's overwhelmingly bitter. It just really digs into your tongue. This, you get that kind of like bitterness digging into your tongue, but the sweetness, the biscuity like from the malts, as soon as that finishes, it kind of like goes in and like balances out like when it tries to like dig into your tongue with that intense bitterness. It stays like pretty bitter throughout, but it's not like a crazy like gonna kill your palate kind of thing. But yeah, taste follows the nose. I will say this is pretty bubbly in the glass, and there was a huge head on it. It doesn't taste really like carbonated. It's not very prickly on my tongue, but you get those sweet kind of oranges, and then you get all that grassy, earthy, piney, piney like Christmas tree, kind of like green thing, and there's a good amount of dankness. And this just it's much softer for me than Pliny is. It doesn't dig into your tongue. It doesn't kill your palate. It's not way over the top. This is a very easy drinking 6.25% beer. This drinks like a 6% beer. This is a super refreshing IPA. This beer is money. It's really, really good. I will say they're brewing on a much bigger system. This is what I remember. So I don't know if it's just easier when you're brewing clear beer when you move up to a bigger system. We've seen people have growing pains when they up their production, but this seems to be okay. This is really, really good. This is old school. If you're drinking this now, if you go out and buy this after you've grown up on juice beers, you're probably not going to like it. It's completely different than anything you've had, if that's the case for you. For those of us who have been drinking IPAs since, the early 2000s, this is what you know. This is my wheelhouse. This is comfort beer for me. I could drink this all day long. For me, it's world class. It's in that like 96 range. It's fantastic. So I'm glad this is back. I will say it's 2019 almost, and this shit is still one bottle per person. Like, what are we doing? There's people who line up for like super neck beard rare stout releases that get more fucking bottles than you can buy a Blind Pig. It's one per person. Like, come on, we have to change that. So yeah, that's my only gripe. Hopefully we can start buying more than one bottle at a time. So that's Blind Pig making a triumphant return to SoCal. If you guys had it, let me know what you think. It is a classic for sure. So I'm out of here, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the views so I can bring bad news to all these